Good morning, I'm Cervellieri, full professor of the Department of Information Engineering of the Polytechnic University of Marche of Italy. The title of my research article is Evaluation of Energy Comfort Analysis of Rural Building, Research Review and Future Research. The increasing amount of natural ventilation buildings reduces CO2 emissions and due to high energy density, improved low virus risks. Low organization in evaluation and comfort is often associated to many disadvantages. The performance of different ventilation methods at economical prices intensify the necessity of generation or new type of energy analysis able to supplement energy losses. In this work, these limits are faced by proposing aspects of the present and future studies on thermal comfort, indoor air quality technology that will bring advantages in power quality. The results obtained confirm validity of the algorithms used in the modeling, proving that the models carried out to support the realization of the prototype can make up all issues previously expressed relating to health losses. In conclusion, recommendation for research of indoor production in developing countries are here proposed. Nowadays, our quality of life depends on energy and comfort evaluation systems, which influence society development. However, the difficulty of comfort evaluation constitutes big limits in the real application. For each selected publication, Science 2012 and at 2022 have been highlighted the objectives, the experiment approach, the types of rural houses and the material studies, experimental techniques and equipment used, the model of test and the results achieved. The contents of the analysis include textual citations reported in a single table prepared by the authors on the basis of the material and methods reported in the GPT set and the main result. In particular, Chen have analyzes the performance of different ventilation methods in residential building kitchens with different spatial organization. In this paper, research aims to sample a deep understanding of ventilation volcanic vulnerabilities and give a guidance on future research directions for parameter identification in application. New articles introduce a comparative study of indoor pollution using traditional improved cooking stoves in rural households of northern India. In these articles, cells are studied in several conditions, and in the article Bruce Barajuli authors were described as the study. The objective of the research in 6 and 7 is to provide indoor air pollution in developing countries, giving a recommendation for research. Recently, the problem of modeling and simulation of indoor air quality can be largely associated with public system stability. In this study, research review comfort energy technology and in sector with several aspects. For the analysis about energy standards and regional implementation challenges are discussed. In 9, researchers proposed an innovative method to estimate both household energy supply and utilization and should include assessment of pollution. Burning biomass fuels indoors for cooking is associated with high concentration of particulate matter and carbon monoxide. More efficient biomass burning stoves and chimney for ventilation has been proposed in 10 as solution to reduce air pollution. Researchers in 11 sought to quantify indoor PM and CO exposure in urban rural households. In 11, Poland conducted a census survey followed by a cross-sectional study of indoor environmental exposure and California biomakers in the main household cook in Puno, Peru. In the article of Bonci et al. Over equipment effectiveness metrics express a performance measure. It is used mainly in an industrial playground. Nevertheless, its semantic can be adapted to any sector, any field, if handled appropriately. In this case, the overall equipment effectiveness is used to rate the effectiveness, which is a measure of getting the right things done in management context. And I have used several methods to estimate over equipment effectiveness. In article 13 over equipment effectiveness is defined finally on 3 basis factors as follows. E is equal to QF for AF for PF. Where QF, AF, and PF are defined by the 3 terms specific of the management environment that are quality efficiency, availability efficiency, and performance efficiency. The researchers have proposed many methods for assessing a state of charge and state of health, but failed to guarantee their accuracy and reliability. 2 characteristics in particular must be defined: evaluation of the accuracy of state of charge and state of health estimation, robustness and effectivity without increasing the computational complexity of a model, and estimation procedures. The objective is to define a computational strategy that allows prediction in evaluated state of charge and state of health, which helps minimize the error in the estimate. For a correct prediction of state of charge and state of health, sources of error in the methodology and model are defined in 5 fundamental fields. In both current and voltage sensors, 0 means sensing noise was repeatedly encountered, errors in modeling and model due to the measurement inaccuracy or lack of accuracy, errors in the initial parameter assumed, errors in the representative process, a combination of above causes. Researchers provide a concise and precise description of the experimental results in this literature review. The interpretation of experimental results is supported in the previous section. Regarding lower environmental impact and high level point of view, researchers can find available studies to indicate indoor air pollution from household cooking and space heating apparently causes substantial in-health in developing countries where the majority of households rely on solid fuel, but where many regard unsheltered. To pin down impacts in order to effectively target interventions, researchers work in 3 areas: epidemiology, expert assessment, interpretation. Thank you for your attention. I'm at your disposal to answer any questions.